Attention! All things shared in this video are simply the opinions of the unexplained files. The following footage is not tampered with, and all of the events and reactions are unplanned and genuine.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Unexplained Files, the best paranormal. I almost said paranormal YouTube, just paranormal YouTube as it is. The best paranormal channel in the UK, and you are joining us for an investigation at Bury Hillfort. I think that's what it's called, Bury Castle Hillfort, which is, I think, an Iron Age settlement, about 2,600 years old. It said on the sign. We've been here before. I think this was the location of our fourth investigation, and we've decided it's been far enough time to return, so we are here to investigate. We did hear some like a rock, like stone sort of thudding noise the last time we were here,
like a groan or something.
Yeah, and like a sort of strange vocal sound. So, and just some weird noises altogether. But looking back at it, I don't know if it was because there's a road off in the distance, and whether cars going by would cause anything. But an interesting spot nonetheless. And we're going to get into tonight's video. So let's do it. Last time when we were here, there was a lot less field going on, so we were able to sort of walk across, and I know there was a part of the wall over there that we started the investigation on last time. We don't have that option this time because I don't want to go trekking through all of this, so I think we should probably just focus most of it either at the entrance down the end there where we came in, and then at the spot down the way there, you know, there's a sign down there. So I don't know if this time we start there and make our way up and go from there.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool, let's go.
Let's do that. Bit covered.
I don't think there's any information about the forest or stuff here, but I remember this is last time where we put, I know we put the K2 here last time. Did him down. Yeah. So I don't know if the cameras are going to pick that up, but you can hear the road off there in the distance, and that was, I think, probably the cause of all that weird noise from last time, because it did come from the exact same direction.
Yeah.
So, how do you want to start it off? Do we want to start off immediately with Spirit Talker, or do we want to just try some tools first and then...
Yeah, let's get some toys out and have a go.
I'll take the staff of production.
Staff, let me... Oh, that's alright, it'll lose.
I'll flip this around and I'll get, I hope, Cameron. Focus, there we go.
It's the only thing with that camera, it's not great for getting focus, is it? Sometimes.
It does have its troubles, especially if there's like a fair bit of light around, but then
should we
night vision,
we'll get the REM pod as well, just in case. I kind of want to do the audio recorder, but I don't know if it'll just pick up on the mics anyway.
That's a good point.
Where are we going to put these anyway?
I say the sign that's behind us, we can just stick them over there, because there's that.
Can we get to it? Oh.
Yeah, it's a bit grown, but it should be alright.
Bit awkward.
I just slid on something, I hope it wasn't a slug.
Yeah. Nice.
Stick it in here, I suppose. Good thing about it going here as well, sheltered from the wind, so if there's any noise like that, it should cover it fairly well.
I thought last time the sign was facing the other way.
No, it was this way.
So if we
I'd be a bit alarmed if it had turned itself around.
So there's no way these moving.
No. Like I said, there's a bit of breeze, I guess, but it's not significant enough, I imagine, where it's going to start.
Do you want to go in here because you've got the main tools camera? I can still get it from here, actually. Sort of like call out.
Yeah, I think you've been doing a lot of the first call recently, so we'll stick with them.
Make sure I've got you in here properly. So if there is anyone here with us tonight, can you please let us know by lighting up any of those devices that are on the board there. If you touch any of them, they should light up. That will let us know that you're here with us. Can hear cows or sheep or something. Thought I heard a cow.
Yeah, I think so. We can only hope. That's what it was. Thinking back, I don't know if we did have Catballs go off, you know.
I thought we did, I can't remember, I'd have to watch back and see.
Yeah. There's been a fair few more investigations since that point.
Yeah,
so
that was one of the very first, well, like not the very
that was
first,
our
but
fourth
like
one.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute.
Been over a year, for sure.
If you are here with us and you recognise us from the last time we visited and you want to communicate with us, you should come up to these devices we've placed down. Come stand next to me. And if you do, these devices will light up. That's weird. There's like one of the plants down there. It's like one of the ones, like one of, I don't know if the camera will see, one of these types of ones. I just saw it out the corner of my eye. It was still, and it just went boom. Not like if a spider or something's like knocked it and it's gone. It was like that.
It's weird, isn't it? You'd think if you was here, what could you possibly see anyway? Because the only thing I can think of is like when we was talking earlier, like an echo from the past. You know?
Yeah. I don't
we're
know.
literally, really, we're just out in the middle of a field.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But a lot of stuff probably went on in this spot all
Well, that's the
years
thing.
ago.
From what I've read of these, it's not really clear what happened here. Like, a lot of effort was put into putting this here. You know, all of the digging and stuff. So they're trying to keep something safe. The big ditches that were here. What that was, I don't know. And what they were keeping it safe from, who knows. But I remember last time there was on the Spirit Talker there was a lot of talk of chief or clan or something. And I think it also mentioned like my hair.
Yeah,
if I remember
that.
rightly. That's so I don't know if it was a clan thing or what. The history is not much history that we know of it, I don't think. We've had nothing on any of these things, so I don't just want to immediately jump to Spirit Talker, but part of me sort of thinking, just remembering that when it brought up my hair, I'm kind of immediately just want to stick the Spirit Talker on, but I'll try and give it a bit more time first. There's a sheep.
Oh, there's a bike or something.
Yeah.
See, what we need to see now is like just this whole area just kind of come alive. Just see like half transparent figures walking around in it.
Just chilling.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think it would be cool, but it would be a lot of therapy for me as well.
I think we'd take it pretty good actually. We'd just probably be looking at it like, whoa. I don't think it, like obviously if it's something that started running at you or something like that, but if it's just people milling about just as though they were working there or something, I'd just be quite fascinated and just be staring at it.
I don't know how I'd take it, and I don't really hope to find out, to be honest. So we've had no activity on. Another thing to mention as well, like K2 wise, there is no power anywhere near here. Like there are power lines way over that way, but there's no lights like in the area. There's no, like there is signal, but there's no like what I would imagine would cause any sort of electromagnetic interference in this area. So if we do get anything, then there's not really much reason why there should be.
Can you touch any of the devices for us that are sitting on this board? Just knock them or move them, or maybe you could make a noise somehow. Apart from that bloody bike.
Not a thing.
Like I love being out here because the scenery and the fresh air and that, but I get pissed off because like there's nothing here and nothing's probably going to happen. I want to be in like some freaky building because even if nothing happens, you know, it's like just kind of creepy walking around it.
I think it depends what you go to places for. Like I like to try and think of it as documenting the space.
Yeah.
That space could be calm, tranquil and quiet. That place could be sort of have a real anxiety sort of filled energy to it. You don't really know. But I try to think of it as I don't want to go in wanting anything to come of it. I just the experience and whatever that's going to be.
I would like to experience something. If nothing happens, you know, that's fair enough. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if there's no strictly paranormal stuff, still coming out here and learning about the history is an experience of itself, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I get what you mean. There is that curiosity and to see how far it'll go. And the YouTube side of it, obviously. Right, I'm going to move out. I'm going to jump straight on the Spirit Talker because I want. Put my phone on airplane mode. There we are. And to anyone who does not know what the Spirit Talker is, if this is the first time to the channel and you're unfamiliar with this, first of all, welcome. Secondly, as far as I understand it, essentially the device measures different changes in sort of different things that your phone is measuring, so temperature, electromagnetic frequencies, various things like that, to
motion,
basically as an input method, and however that's affected can output words. So the idea is that if anything is out there and it can manipulate like electromagnetic frequencies or temperatures or anything like that, then with intention and doing that way, it can create, well, it can allow it to communicate. We're not saying that we 100% believe it. I'm fairly sold given my experiences with it, but you can't input words into it. You can't like come up with like preferences of what you do or don't want to hear. Whatever you get is whatever you get. We have in our last video, our last investigation, the device broke and it just started spitting out nonsense. So we have like an experience of it not working and everything that goes wrong with that.
And that was on that old phone anyway, which I'd never used it on. So you know.
So
like probably for the most part, I don't believe it, but it's just come out with relevant things on a few occasions, which makes me
give it like a
question.
To me, it's 80-20. 80% it just says things based on whatever. 20% could be something. That's how I look at it. But yeah, so there we go. There's no way to input anything. It will just, oh, that was me. It will be what it will be. I think that was me, Because it was when I dropped my phone on the thing it went.
Yeah.
We'll let it go off and I'll try it again. Yeah. Why didn't this one go off? I'll make sure it's turned on.
Not as sensitive.
Oh, this one's a bit more. Right, so I'm gonna
take a good nudge to get it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's.
Just move the K2 over the other side a bit more.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think it's too close.
There we go. Phone, open up. This is professionalism right here. That's still going off.
Yeah, they take a while, don't they?
So it's woken it up. It's like, hang on a minute. So if anybody right now is here with us and you wish to communicate with us, we have a device here that will allow you to affect it and you can speak to us. If there's any messages you want to share with us, this is the best way to do it.
I'm going to put the REM pod down here near me as well.
Is that another cow in the distance giving it a whoa? I hope it was, bloody hell. Thompson. We've
had Thompson.
Did we have that name
was
last time
Westwood
we were here?
O.
Oh yeah, well that happened there as well. I thought last time we were here we had that. Thompson. What would be the relevance of that?
There's also another device on the floor just to the right of me with a green light on it. If you go and stand next to that, it'll make a noise and let us know you're here. And these people in there bloody
I remember how I died.
Do you? And how did you die? Did your...
The Catball's gone off, but I don't know if that's because my phone's resting against this. Because we have had it before where a phone will go off, the vibrations make the Catballs go, so just pinch a salt for everyone watching.
If it happens again, what?
Yeah. You say you remember how you died. Would you share how you died with us? I think that was someone's car then, like exhaust popping or whatever. So if we stay here for about 10 more minutes and then go up there, then we can spend about half an hour up there.
Yeah.
And that'll pull us to a good length because we've already been here for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I've got 25 minutes on here already, so...
Fresh.
The air's a little fresh.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. That's what's causing that to go off. I always like to be careful when, like, especially Catballs go off when it's near a phone, because we have had it happen before where it's just the vibration of the phone causing it, because we flipped them over and moved the phone and it wasn't reacting to it anymore. So I don't want people to think we're like just fucking about and trying to make something happen.
No.
Authentic, that's what we are.
What do you think when you're standing out here, like calling out to spirits and that? Because like, imagine like someone that's maybe lost.
Life was taken.
Life was taken. Imagine someone like sitting in their room, you know, they've just lost a loved one and they're talking out to them. Like, what's the chances of them actually being there or actually even being able to hear them? You know, like, I always think of these things because I'm just like, people just assume that they can talk to things and they're going to hear it. How do you know? You know, you can't know that it's going to be present.
Weird. I mean, in my belief, just because of like learnings and faith and stuff, I think there's like an innate connection between family anyway.
I think that was a big bug just then.
Like obviously, naturally, physically, there's a connection between people and like in terms of DNA, but to me, I think there's also like spiritual connection between family, and the closer the family, the more likely it would be. So to me, it's kind of like, I kind of think that you have access to all the people who are past and they can guide you and stuff like that. I'm not basing this on any science or anything, obviously, this is just like faith and stuff. But and if someone's recently deceased, then you would imagine it's kind of like just as we're grieving, they've also now have to come to terms that they have to say goodbye as well as us doing that.
Right.
So maybe it's kind of immediately after or for a while after, it could just be their time to say goodbye and sort of join the family that are already on the other side, and now they can become a part of that group that guides you. That's how I take it.
I know a lot of people do talk about that, like after someone's passed, they see them and they just want to come and say hello, or like that they're...
Another part as well, I think, is because they're being thought about a lot of the time.
Right.
So it's kind of like when you think of someone or remember them on a birthday, like sometimes like because of physical like objects they owned or memories with them, people can feel closer. And I think there is something to it. Toy. We have to put cat toys down.
Yeah, it's just, I get to thinking about these things. I'm like, why is it any time someone goes into a haunted house or something, a supposed haunted house, they think there's going to be something there?
Yeah.
You don't know.
I mean, I think the supposed haunted house thing would mostly be because I would imagine people have had experiences over time, and so now they start to think of it as being that. But like creepy abandoned buildings, because we're guilty of going to places and just hoping there's something there.
Oh, yeah.
It's sometimes it's a word of mouth. Sometimes it's just hoping to be in the right place at the right time. Like I do like that question. Like, why do we think? What are the chances of us being able to communicate with someone recently passed over? So a lot of food for thought with that one.
Yeah, because even my mother, said she spoke with family members a little while after they'd passed. Saw them when she got up one night. I just find it all interesting, like the experiences I've had when I heard the voice when there was no one else in the house, and I'm just like, what is that? Like, and it was a woman saying hello to the dog. Like, who? Because even when I spoke, like it was when I was with my wife, like her mother, she was like, I don't know any like ladies that have passed that would have known Abby and that. So I'm like, who is that? Like, where did they come from?
I don't know. I do like. I know some theories of like paranormal activity, like the Stonewall theory, where it's like a reflection of the things that have been there, or not reflection, but like the echo of it's like the leftover remnants repeating. Yeah. I don't think that's entirely wrong. There could be something to that, but I do still.
We're hiding from you.
Please don't hide. Come out.
You don't need to hide. We're in your space right now, and we're here to document that and what you want to share from us, or share with us. Is there anything that you would share with people if they came here, or even if they didn't? Equal. If there's any message you could share with people who are here and who aren't, what would you say to them?
Bugger off.
Yeah. I do think I do believe in like family and sort of things on the other side guiding you or being with you at times. I don't know how it works in depth, but that's just what I feel it would make sense.
Yeah, like I wonder if it's something to do with the person, like say who has the experience, like yourself or me or whatever, whether they're somehow just more receptive for a period of time and that's when they're experiencing stuff, or There's got to be some physical connection with it, you know, because obviously we're in a physical body, but like there's got to be a spiritual and a physical
think unless you have experience with something, I think naturally you're closed off to it. Like Violet, it says, fucking terrible analogy, but I wonder whether this is like if you've recently like lost, like come out of a relationship, for example, and you sit with like a friend and watch like a romance film, you might feel utterly shit watching the movie, whereas your friend who's never been in a relationship just doesn't feel anything of it. Here, question mark, it says. I wonder if, obviously, it's because you've had recent experience with it and you're sensitive and open to all of that, that you're seeing it elsewhere and it kind of stings and it brings it back. But there's a connection somehow. Like some people say because it's love, it's like an energetic connection. I don't know if it's really that or what, but when you are receptive to things, it could be because of loss or I don't know. I think there's like physical equivalents to spiritual things as well, so I don't know if that would be part of it. Terrible analogy, but I think we get what I'm trying to say. Like,
these investigations turn more into like a philosophical talk.
Well, that's what people get if they watch the Unexplained Files, as well as us being ridiculous. I mean, I do find it funny that we can run around and do dumb shit and say silly things, and then also we drop into these conversations every now and then.
It's like, I don't think you hear it on most channels though. They're just focused on seeing a ghost there. Like, and I'd love to see that, but then I'm just like my mind's just trying to figure out what's going on. Why do these things happen? Where is it? It's got to be existing in this space somehow with us, but we just are not aware of it at that time or something.
Yeah, I mean, it depends really, because if you're the sort of person who believes in ghosts or doesn't, and you're steadfast either way, you might be coming here with the focus of I want proof, or of either way. So you're not really going for anything other than what you want to see or what you think you could see. Whereas when we're coming out here, it's not necessarily just we want to see this stuff. It's more like questioning like spirits, but then that does generally fall into the wider sort of like spirituality in general. Ronald, this is coming out with names. Like, I know there were people working here, and I don't know if it says it on here, in the 1920s there were people working out here, so more modern names would make sense, but all those names like that we're getting now certainly wouldn't have been from back then.
What kind of names would there have been back 2,000 odd years ago?
For goodness knows what people's names would have been like then. Don't even know what language would have been spoken or anything, and my history knowledge goes not that far back.
Did you want to take a wander up top then? And
yeah, I was just gonna say on this that we're gonna be moving away, so if it wanted to give us a final message before we walk up to the other end. So when we don't have much longer in this space, we're gonna move to the other side of the fort.
Winifred.
But before we do move to the other side of the fort, is there any messages you want to share with us or anyone who may see this? You may not understand how, but there are people who can see this. What would you say to them if you could?
that answers your question. Nothing.
Yeah. I mean, if you've been gone for a while and now you've just been told, what's your message? You're sort of like, well, I haven't really been preparing anything. Alright, what do you want? Should we just...
Yeah, we can have a wander up there.
We could do it here if you want.
Yeah, we can hang around here. I might even put some like catballs or how about it where these trees are, so where it's a bit more spooky. Well, anywhere in this general area.
I wouldn't put it too far from the trees because we're mostly going to be focused on like here. So if you put the catballs over there, we're not going to see them. I say try this path because this I don't know. I'm going to put
the REM pod on this path.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Oh, I can't see.
He did.
So, if anything,
No, I'll stick
if anything walks down that
the
path,
equipment on here. So we got our, oh. Did have the K2 flick then, but I don't know. Oh, I think it's the camera. Can these cameras cause the K2 to go off?
yeah, probably if you get them too close.
Yeah, it did have a bit of a flick, but it's not doing it now. It's going. Or is that my phone? Whoa.
What is that light over there?
Oh, what, on the horizon?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness knows, that's just vehicles. Was this my phone kicking you off? No, it wasn't.
If you stand back a couple of feet from it and see if it continues.
Stopped, but it's not consistent, which is the thing. Right. Spirit talker on. Where are you? There you are. I'm going to put the phone like right on the other side there. Yeah, whenever I step near it, it goes off again, so I think it was just something on me is doing it.
Might be the camera or the light or something.
Yeah. So if anybody is over here with us, towards the entrance of this place, if you'd like to share a message with us, you can use this device to try and do so. Or if you come and stand near these devices, they'll light up.
We've also got one just behind me on the edge of the path. If you walk up to that.
Heretic's Fork.
What?
Heretic's Fork.
That's a new one.
Yeah. The first thing that made me think of is the rune I've got on. Because it's... I don't know how to explain it. It's like a straight line and then a fork with three like pronged fork. And heretic, being that it's not to do with Christianity, Heretic's Fork, could that be what it's referring to?
Who's like the sea god that has it?
Huh?
Who's like the sea god that has
Oh, that's
pronged?
Poseidon in Greek, I think, or Roman.
Where is my body?
Not
God
here, I'm
knows.
afraid. Or at least not like ours are. You may be at rest here, but we don't know where that is. If you are here to communicate with us, would you be able to step just to the side of this device to light up that device next to it? Wyatt.
What?
Yeah, give us the other Catball. I'll put it down near us here.
Wyatt,
can
I
see
don't
it.
believe that would be a name that would...
That's like from the
American.
Wild West.
Yeah. Wyatt.
I'll see if that goes off.
We don't have too much longer to be here. But we would love to share any messages for you that you would like to share. So if you do wish to share any messages, try and use this device to say them. Or try and speak next to us. We may be able to hear you.
Oh, Catball.
Hey.
Just pan to me so people know I'm not standing right next to it.
For reference, there is Steve, not near the Catball. And these are like cheap toys. Basically, we're not able to remote them in any way. That's been...
Screams.
She screams. Well, she's not now. I think we heard something like that last time we were here, you know.
Did he?
I think so. Could be wrong. It's been a lot of investigation, so I wouldn't be half surprised if I was. Hey, keep an eye on that. Watch out, it says.
Watch out.
You can try and threaten us, but it's not going to work. We're protected.
If that was you that set off that device a minute ago, can you do it again, please? The one on the floor near me. sheep are going crazy.
Yeah.
Could be a predator.
Why would you say that?
I'm in the house.
We're not. You're in the house. There aren't any houses here right now.
No, your house.
Yeah, your house. Well, we're here. My phone's on airplane mode, so how are you doing that?
Keep my eyes peeled for that one.
So I'm going to quickly show it, like, I don't know if I can. If you guys can see the illustration of this place, there are, as you can see, a couple of, like, buildings. I don't know, these don't really look like maybe they could have been houses. This one especially, or the ones with smoke coming out of them, could have had a hearth in them and been a home. So perhaps if there was somebody here, that when they say they're at home, or whatever it said, that could be what they're referencing, I guess.
Right.
Anna,
that wouldn't have been a name when there was a house here. We don't have too much longer in this space, like I said. Is there any messages you'd like to share with us before we leave? Would you like us to come back here? Or would you like others to stay away?
Light up any of those catballs again, and that'll be your sign that you want us to leave.
If you do want us to leave, like one of us said, light up the devices and we'll go. If you're able to.
Vortex.
See, I'm intrigued that that catball went off, but given that it's like nothing's moving that.
No.
I don't think even if like there was a ant or anything like near it, it's not gonna nudge it or bump it. So I don't know. Vortex. When you hear stuff like vortex stuff like come out of it, because we have heard it a few times, it makes me think if people were past and they'd been here for a long time, how would they know modern words like vortex? Well, how old is the word, and in the context it's being used in? How?
All I think of when I hear it is like portal or something.
Well, yeah, but there's so many ways that could have been described by a person who would have been around.
Nice to see you again.
Hey, can we see you, please?
Can Steve see you, please?
Yeah.
And when it said nice to see you, the first thing I thought was Bruce. Reese. I did feel a breeze just before hearing that, you know. It's gone now. I don't know.
If you're here, move any of those devices for us, please.
You say it's nice to see us. If you are happy to see us, why don't you stand near these devices or move them for us? There's that breeze again.
Yeah, I can feel a little breeze on the back of my neck.
To be fair, we are right on the path, so if anything is going to kick off.
Yeah.
It's not half surprising, really. Bit of a wind tunnel, that bit, in a way.
Distract.
For a minute I thought it was a diss track, and I was about to be like, right, let's go. So what are you thinking then? Because it's a lot of random stuff.
Yeah, there's nothing really coming through, is there? So to speak, nothing. The only thing we've had is that Catball go off, and who knows, you know.
That nice to see you thing, as interesting as it is, I don't really want to take it with anything, because nothing else has been consistent.
Right.
If there were other things consistent, then maybe, but... And even the K2, I think it was just devices interfering with it, to be honest.
And this is just one of them areas, especially now it's been like overground, that there's not much you can do here. There's a couple of areas to stand. You can only,
it's just giving random names.
Yeah, you can only stand there for so long, you know. And
right, I think I'm just going to give it a day with Spirit Talk, because there's just nothing. Seeing as we're not getting much sense out of our device, I'm going to turn this one off, and we're going to think about making our way out of here. But I'll offer you this last chance to communicate any messages with us.
Bit of a breeze picking up now, isn't there?
It's those night temperatures that we spoke about in our last podcast. You can check that out here. Ding. Right. What are you thinking? Do you want to completely wrap it up, or?
I don't know what else we can do here, really.
Person.
See, I don't like it when it says that, and then I hear twigs snap in the trees.
Right. I'm going to turn this. So you've had your opportunity to communicate with us, and if you have attempted to, we appreciate you, but that time to communicate is now over. Right, we're testing the logic right now of the cameraman never dies. That's what's going on right now.
I do like it here coming out and that, but just because this time there's less ground that we could go on.
Yeah.
We was a bit limited to just that main path bit.
Another element to it as well, I don't know how much it is at play, is that we've done a lot more investigations now. We've been in a lot of creepy places with things happening, and it makes you think, do you build up a tolerance to what amazes you, if that makes sense? Like,
to what, sorry?
To what impresses you or amazes you.
Right, yeah.
Like last time, any twig snapping, we would have been like, what? Or like the Catballs going off was a huge thing, not because because we know how often it can happen now, if that makes sense.
Right.
It's not so much like oh my goodness, what does this mean? We know how rare it is, so it's kind of more intriguing. But then the standards for the Spirit Talk are also different now. So you're not just going to get random stuff coming through and be impressed by it. That's probably a good thing, but it can make for a less entertaining video, I guess.
I say, it's funny, like, people must only watch us because we're genuine, because usually most channels, you know, you have a little twig snap or something and everyone's freaking out, and the slightest bang is a ghost or something, and we're just like, could be anything.
Yeah.
So there's like not much excitement going on here, but it's just genuine.
I mean, that'd be cool. I mean, if you guys in the comments, you enjoy our investigations, what is it about them you like to see? Like, we like to think that, you know, the fact that we don't overplay anything or go crazy about it is a good point. But, you know, if you are that kind of person that likes all go and entertainment, this may not be the right thing for you. But yeah,
because we like it, you know, don't we? Like watch Twin Paranormal and stuff.
Oh, I love it.
I like it. It's good to get the adrenaline going.
I mean, my admiration for what they do has grown because I get, to some degree, a sense of the work that goes into it.
Oh yeah, and the editing is great on there as well.
I think we've definitely found our niche within this world, created a little pocket that we can just chill in and be like, this is what we do.
I think we're quite rare as well in the sense of the different types of content we put on.
For sure.
I know
For
we
sure.
get most of our views on like the ghost hunt type stuff, but
Yeah.
the other stuff's still really cool and interesting.
I think investigations are good because everyone can sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Everyone can relate to how freaky it would be to do this,
Right.
or if they are passionate about investigating but they don't have someone to go out and investigate with, or whatever situation people might find themselves in, they can kind of live vicariously through us in that time. So we kind of provide that to them in a way, and I think that's something that's good about it. So that will grab people's attention. And also, in the event that something does happen, or there are interesting moments, it's a very easily eye-catching thing. So there's kind of, you less have to persuade people to watch because it's already interesting. The premise is already exciting, so people come in. But then I like to think, as well as enjoying that stuff, if people do enjoy that, they can sort of hang about for the other things that we make as well.
Yeah. And it's nice to have some, not everyone's just into the paranormal.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people like things, you know, like other unexplained stuff and UFOs and all
sure.
that kind of cryptids and that.
Yeah.
So it just gives a bit of something to, like, you know, for everyone.
I think when we started this, it was quite a casual thing in the way that we just went out, filmed investigations, went home, posted them, and that was it. But now, no, the channel's growing, which I'm incredibly grateful for, and I hope it continues. But I feel more of a not burden, but I feel more of a kind of calling or responsibility to provide more entertainment in it.
Right.
And not so much in the way that I want to go out and do fake investigations. Investigations are the way we do it, and we will always remain genuine in that. I mean more so in the way of like more interesting types of content. Like we made we put out the podcast yesterday, today, sorry, but last week when this video comes out, that kind of has if people want long form but like casual sort of sitting and chilling with us content, then a podcast is perfect for that. If people want more educational, I guess, or more direct entertaining stuff, then case files and stuff like that is more good for it. If people just want something to sit and like laugh at with people, reactions are perfect for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think we're both coming up with more ideas that we want to try in the future to broaden the entertainment we provide, sort of thing. One of the new series we want to try on the channel is kind of a ghost stories type video where you can just sit back, watch some videos on some spooky stories that we've collected and telling them. I don't know whether we'd be using our own, whether we'd be recording the voices ourselves, or whether it would be just an AI thing for like the sake of consistency. Because I wouldn't want me to read a story to myself, put it that way. I'm not exactly a calming or any kind of performative voice. But if you guys would be interested in kind of a series that involves less of us, but gives you that kind of, you can just stick on a spooky story before bed or something like that. Yeah, if you guys would be interested in a kind of spooky stories playlist where you can just sit back and watch some stories, let us know, because that's one of the directions we want to move in. So we'll still be doing all of the things we do now. It would just be a little bit something extra for people who just want to chill and turn their brain off and be told a story. I think that would be something cool to add to the channel. Yeah, that was investigation number 2 in Bury Castle Hillfort. I think that's what it's called.
Right.
Bury Castle Hillfort, something like that. A very cool historic location. Not really too much happening tonight. A weird moment where it said nice to see you again on the Spirit Talk, and the K2 I'm putting it down to just interference. The Catball was interesting because that you threw that down and it was just away from both of us.
I know it had gone off already, and then it kicked on. So.
And it went on, and I don't remember if it said something before and then it went off. It was had just given a name and then it went off. So that's kind of interesting, and it was on the path that a lot of people would have walked. So that's a cool thing to have happened. But
what a cool location here! Look, it's just the middle of nowhere. It's pitch black. Just my car parked here.
Yeah, A very quiet and mostly uneventful one, but definitely interesting with that Catball. I don't know if we'll end up coming back here again. It's always here if you want to return to it. And our first investigation was a lot more interesting, but we'll see. There's another investigation in the books. We hope you've enjoyed this one. Do you have any closing thoughts?
I don't think so, no. I just want to say thanks again to everyone from us for the 500 subscribers. We very much appreciate that.
Something we've been looking forward to hitting for a while, so now that we're there, it's very exciting. We're very happy. We appreciate your support, and we hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening. iCard's up as always, so you can check out our other investigations or series if you would like to, and we hope to catch you again in the next one. Peace!
This is the freaky part. See, we should be filming that. Like, this is what it's like.
This is the part where we actually shit ourselves.
You can probably get it on there.
I'm still actually recording. I've generally still got this. Here we are. This is what we have right now. This is our light. This is nothing. I don't think the camera's going to pick up very well. You cannot see anything that's going outside of it. But this is the part where we're just like, because the lights go off.
It's like as soon as you get in the car, lock the doors.
Yeah. Crack.
All right, over and out. Yeah.
Yeah.